All year long, I've told you that the big nickel over G is one of the most versatile formations in the game to run on defense. I love it because of its variety of coverages, first and foremost, with the 3 safety rule, Tampa 2, quarters, cover 6 invert, trap, palms, cover 9, and a variety of different other looks. I think it's arguably the best coverage defense in the game. You also factor in that with 4 down linemen, it's a little bit better as a run defense than dollar or 3-3 odd, 3-3 cub, some of the other 3 down lineman defenses in the game. But one of the things a lot of players gloss over with the over G is that this is one of the most versatile blitzing formations in the game with its ability to generate a variety of different pressures. We've talked about several. One of the best A-gap blitz metas in the game is in the over G, but the blitz not a lot of players know out of the over G is that there is a D-tackle A-gap that doubles as a linebacker B gap. So let's go ahead and show you guys how to set this up. This is going to be a defense where we're going to turn auto flip off, base align on, and we are going to call the defense with our nickel corner to the right side of the field. This is a direct contrast to our A gap blitz meta that you guys have likely seen. And if you guys don't know it, it is the flipped version. You go ahead and show blitz, crash your defensive line down, and just blitz the linebacker. Now, with this particular blitz, sometimes your nickel corner goes crazy, but this A-gap blitz is basically the best A-gap in the game, and it has been all year long. And a lot of players still struggle to this day to block this. Now, what we're going to be showing you here today is the D-tackle A-gap, and this is out of a look that a lot of players just, like I said, don't really expect a blitz to come from. I like this against any trips to the right or bunch offense because this is really the perfect candidate, and it's one of the most primary metas in the game on offense. Which, speaking of metas, if you guys struggle with countering metas, make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Zan Madden YouTube channel. I drop content every single morning, Monday through Friday, with our long form videos and shorts in the afternoon that will break down blitzes, blitz counters, bombs, bomb counters, all kinds of content to help you guys get better at Madden. And also make sure if you guys are fiending for more that you check out gridirongameplans.gg. We have our college football 25 pre-sale live on the website right now. That game's coming out in just a few weeks. Don't miss out on the best deal that I offer all year long. One payment up front will unlock the entire year's worth of content. Save yourself $50 over going month to month. I'll have Madden 25 intel out very, very shortly, probably this week. So with our setup here, we are going to be on base align, nickel corner to the right. We're going to show blitz. This is going to walk everyone down just a little bit, including the linebackers. This is the key, is you want this base aligned linebacker look where they're all kind of about a step behind the defensive tackles. We're going to crash our defensive line down. To do this, you're going to hit left on the D-pad, right stick down. That's going to give us those blitz angles down into the inside. Now, the key blitz angle on this is, in fact, the defensive tackle on the right. So if you take a look at Mario Williams, look at that exaggerated blitz angle that we have here in this setup. This is actually what makes 4 down lineman defenses so good, is that this little diagonal 45-degree rushing angle from a player lined up in the B gap is one of the best shedding blitz assignments in Madden. But what this is going to do is this is going to allow us to loop the right of screen linebacker behind this blitz angle. And this will result in either a free B gap pressure from that linebacker, or the right guard will kick out to block him. And this will bring your right of screen defensive tackle in through the A gap. Now, as far as your user's responsibility, what I like to do with this is I like to take my user and stand directly behind this defensive tackle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit A or X on PlayStation, right analog stick up for the man coverage menu. At this point, my user is locked in place, which means I can hold down. I can get the attention of the left guard in the center. I can actually hold up if there's a route maybe in the left seam that I want to bait and get back to right away. You can do a lot of different things with this. What I like to do is hold the left trigger, and then I'm just going to kind of hold down on the left stick just a little bit towards that left gap. And what that's designed to do is pull the center to the left, hopefully opening up the B gap or the A gap with us. So we snap the ball here, and you see that we're getting disengaged type angles. Now, right there, they were able to pick it up. This is something that I think is very, very important that you guys understand about this, is that resistance gets built over the course of the game. You take a look here with Watt and his resistance. You take a look right here at some Williams and his resistance to the inside. This is something where if you spam a blitz over and over, this becomes a little bit less effective. I'm going to show you guys something that's going to unlock this blitz here momentarily. But what you're going to see is that if you run this enough, you see that we get the B gap / D tackle A gap. Now, after you've run this a few times, or you've not rotated your rushers or what have you, there's going to be resistance built up. This is a great opportunity, especially in Ultimate Team right now, to sneak in a blitz player. So what I will actually do with this is I will sub in a player that has the blitz X factor. When this occurs, this is going to completely wipe the resistance of the offensive line towards everyone on the defensive line. So you actually see right here that it hasn't occurred yet, but at some point it's going to. Usually it takes a snap. And once that occurs, this is going to end up with this gap blitz becoming better. So you saw it right there, just by having a new defensive tackle on the left, that did a lot of work. Now, as you kind of look here, you see that Williams now has fresh resistance against that guard. You're in a spot now where we're starting to basically make it so there is fresh resistance built up. And as we snap this ball over and over, you start to see the pop-off logic. You see that they're really targeting Williams, letting Seau in free. You saw that we almost had to disengage. You could run this over and over and over when they have this blitz player. The other thing you could do if you're having less effectiveness with this blitz is kind of tweak where you're standing. Sometimes standing over the guard's left shoulder will open up the gaps a little bit more for you. Sometimes it makes it so they actually block it better. Every person's roster is going to differ just a little bit more with your user placement. Sometimes you're going to want to stand directly over the center's helmet, and this could help with disengages as well. Again, it's all going to vary, but if you switch up your bodies on this, this is where you're going to get those fresh resistance setups. You're not going to have the built resistance, and you're going to be able to get in a little bit more freely. But again, if you can just kind of find that sweet spot, you're going to notice right there, we got the good animation from that shed, from that crash down defensive tackle. It's just as good as an A gap. And again, you know, over and over and over, you're going to start to see the effectiveness of this wane. But again, you see how just occupying the center makes it so somebody's coming in every single time. So do your job as a user, and this will come in quite easily. The thing that I would recommend that you guys probably do with this is use this on earlier downs, first and second. So many players have threat detector on third and fourth down. That makes the blitz downs a little bit more viable for you on early downs to try to set them behind schedule. Or bare minimum, maybe set up these blitzes late in the play clock, maybe set up a coverage setup and then just kind of lay in the weeds a little bit, let your opponent make adjustments, and then at the last second, hit the global blitz and you're ready to roll. And they won't be ready because you're going to get those D tackle disengages. I mean, you saw right there, left defensive tackle almost came through the A gap. We got the B gap on the right side. You're seeing here as we've had this blitz and run this over and over and over that you're getting some really good results out of this gap blitz. And again, it looks just like the linebacker A gap from the left side, but it's from a look that is a little bit less obvious than what most players are prepared for. So you see, as I run this over and over and over, we've really only, when I'm actually occupying the center correctly, it never ever gets picked up. They're going to have to put in a command to be ready for it. Most players really don't know this blitz exists. So as long as you do your job, I mean, look at how this comes in every single time. You're going to be really happy with the results. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this free blitz setup. This is something super simple. You can mix it in with all kinds of coverage setups. I've done plenty of content out of the over G alone on this channel. You guys can mix this in with bunch strong defensive coverage shells. And then you mix in a little zone blitz in front of it, and it's going to make it all the harder for your opponents to move the ball. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.